The NBA imposes penalties on the Bulls and Heat for early free agent discussions. All right? They have both lost an available second round pick in the draft this year coming up. We had talked about this when we were talking about updates of the trade to the NBA back in the offseason before the season started up, right?
Yeah.
And one of our guys, Tony Tone, said it's a slap on the wrist, right? He feels like it's a slap on the wrist. And I kind of feel like it's unnecessary. I mean, the teams didn't lose anything from this that they left from, right? It
Mm.
wasn't like it was unfair for them. Those guys, for one, the Pelicans didn't want Lonzo. Lonzo was a free agent. He was able to travel and do whatever he wants. And the Raptors, as much as people want to make it seem like Laurie wanted to stay there, it was a trade. They traded for Laurie, if I'm correct.
That's a very valid point, right? Now, listen, I just want to say something about that before we get into this whole thing. Is there, um, the Raptors as an organization, every time they have a key piece, or a player that's been a key piece of their cornerstone of their franchise, right? Um, the player never ends their career there. You see what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, bro, cue the intro. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Like, I I tell people this all the time. They can call me whatever they want to call me. I'm Canadian. I'm supposed to support the Raptors. Nah, after the after the T Mac and the Van and the Vince thing, I just haven't been a big fan of them.
Yeah, because listen, for me, it was like when they trade Laurie, I was like, whoa, that's serious. That's Mr. Raptor. You know,
Well,
that's
DeMar
Mr.
DeRozan was Mr.
Yeah,
Raptor,
yeah.
and that's another reason why I don't mess. I understand like DeRozan, okay, couldn't do it in the playoffs, whatever the case is. But when you have players that really embody the city and want to stay with the city and they want to retire with that team, you
hmm
need to take that into consideration. I mean, Dirk was technically washed his last couple of years, and they let him stay
hmm
because they had respect for him. Not
Yeah,
saying that they didn't have respect for DeRozan. Well, actually, I am saying that because they told the man they ain't trading him, and the next day he's on the next train to freaking Sacramento or San Antonio when they could have been straightforward with him, and it would have been that. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
shadiness I can't deal with. They are still a good running organization, but I bet you they're wishing that they did that trade Kawhi asked them to do for Paul George, don't it? Raptors could have ran that joint back, huh? Now look at
Well,
y'all.
yeah,
Spicy P ain't looking so spicy, is he? Hmm? Baby
yeah.
Baby Drake ain't dropping hits and he ain't getting no Grammys anytime soon, is he?
Yo, listen, like
Uh,
I said, stop calling him spicy, man. It's sour pea, cause he
Sour
playing
P.
sour.
Oh.
He playing sour, fam.
Hey,
He playing
listen,
sour.
listen, Canada, we love you. I was born here, okay? Jamaican descent. I ain't got no hate for Toronto, man. I ain't got no hate for the Raptors. I just dislike them. Okay?
But yo, this
Dislike
goes
the
back to
Raptors.
this
Not
thing.
Toronto, but I just like the Raptors.
But this goes back before we get back into what the thing we were talking about here. I'm sorry, people, but when we got good content, we talk about it. Um, but this goes back to what we always talk about, or what I always say is, I don't really go off a player having a success 1 year. Listen, I appreciate it, of course, because it's very hard to do to have a
Yeah,
breakout season, right? But it's what you do at the next year, the next season. If you can
yeah,
back
body
that
of
up,
work.
exactly, that's what goes. So when everybody was talking about Spicy P this, and I was like, what you got to take into consideration was everything was easy for him because of Kawhi Leonard,
Yeah,
right?
no cap, all facts.
So I rest my case with that. Back to business.
Yeah. Um, I mean, the fact that they're doing it now is kind of corny to me. It should have just been handed down from the very beginning when they
Agreed.
decided to do the investigation. Obviously, they didn't want to do that. That's just them. Whatever. But sorry, people. I start working 6:30 in the morning, man. Work till 2. So, and I ain't getting much sleep. Anyways, yeah, I kind of feel like the NBA is just trying to cover their butt on something and make it seem like they really cared about the situation. When in all actuality, nobody really cared. Aside from fans like us that are like, yo, we want to know what's going on with this. Why are they
Mm-hmm.
doing that? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But that's just a little heads up for y'all people to know what's transpiring with the rumors of these two players going to these teams super early or having conversations with agents and organizations about where they wanted to go and signing deals before they're legally allowed to. But is there anything else you want to add on this before we get up out of here?
Well, it was just weird because the whole Kyle Lowry situation there. He was traded, so I don't understand what the
Yeah.
like.
You know what?
We,
And you know what I'm gonna do while you talking about it right now? I'm gonna triple check.
yeah,
I'm a
was
triple
he
check.
traded or did he sign? Because how
I'm
could
gonna
that
triple
be if
check
he was
right now.
traded? Because that would be crazy. That would be weird.
It says trade. Let's see. Yeah, the Raptors make Laurie sign and trade. So they signed him and trade him to the Heat. So what
Hmm.
was the problem? I just had to make sure because it happened so long ago, right? And I didn't want to confuse the people or confuse myself like that. But yeah, it was a sign and trade. So what was the big issue?
Yeah, and then like you said, it happened a couple months way back before the season even
This
as
happened
soon as
like
the season.
August.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
So why wouldn't
Maybe
the
maybe
punishment
July.
or so why wasn't the so-called punishment just be dealt at that time? Why you
Yet
gotta wait
again,
now?
yet again, it's somebody trying to cover up their tracks, man.
Uh,
Trying to
I
cover up
mean,
their backside.
yeah.
But
If it
there's
was
no time.
if it was such a big deal, then it would be more getting caught, like more draft picks and more fines and everything. It's
Yeah,
just draft picks, so
yeah,
maybe it's just some other teams complaining because they didn't get Laurie or Alonzo, so they had to do something. I don't know.
yeah. I think like Toronto got Dragic, so it's like Toronto's not complaining about it.
And
Who's
Joy,
making up the problem right now?
yeah,
Who's doing this? Aside from the dumb agent, let me clear this clear too. The dumb agent that posted it before it was actually allowed to happen. I think that is the main reason. But even then, it's a sleight of hand, man. Nobody was really paying attention to it. So whoever made a big deal of this, you're a bozo. Okay? Ain't nobody lose. Everybody won. Why? Why was there a Karen in the NBA? Explain
that's
that to me. No,
well,
he shouldn't have tweeted it at 12:45. He should have waited till 1:30. Get out of here, okay? Go find a manager to go harass about why your
uh,
food is cold.
so it would happen before the whole deadline. That's why. Couple was it
Yeah,
a couple hours
not
before
even.
the
It was
deadline?
like literally maybe an hour, couple
Oh my,
hours before the deadline. Yeah, that's
oh
what
my
I'm
god,
saying.
oh
It
my
was the
god,
tweet that got all this ish out. That's what I'm like.
oh come on,
Yeah,
stop
it's
it,
crazy. It's crazy.
stop it.
But
Stop it.
anyways,
Since we're on, listen, I just want to ask you a question.
yeah,
What's wrong with the Miami Heat, bro? What's going on there? I know Bam is gonna be out for a while now. Um, Tyler Hero was out for a bit. They're like what? They're like 12-9 or something like that.
okay, can I be honest? I haven't really paid attention to the Heat this year.
Okay,
I've
okay.
been more Bulls, heavy with the Warriors, paying attention to the Lakers and the Nets. You know what I mean? I haven't watched too many Buck games, but I've been paying attention to the Bucks because remember beginning of the year when they went through this whole slump after the first win that they got,
Mm,
that was like no contest against the Nets. I was like, okay, these guys are gonna go off, and then they dropped, and Giannis has been doing his thing, and I've been
yeah.
paying attention. Like I'm paying attention to more than a few teams. That's just not one of the teams I'm paying attention to right now.
Well, since you had just mentioned the Bucks, well, I ended on the note with the Bucks. Listen, from what I saw yesterday, the 7 minutes or the time that Boogie has played, they're gonna be a problem. If they utilize Boogie good, they're gonna be problems.
Listen, sir, sir. They were already a problem.
Yep.
And the Brooklyn Nets, yo, Tone, I hope you watch this, Tone. I keep telling y'all, because y'all got at me about the whole Kyrie for JaVale McGee. I wasn't saying JaVale
Yeah,
McGee in
man.
general. But New York, yo, the Nets need a big man, bro. And you gotta trade him for pennies on the dollars if you on a dollar if you have to. Okay? The Nets need a big man. You can't expect Aldridge, KD, um, and Blake Griffin to be playing this small ball and be effective. It's
But
not
hold on
gonna
there.
work.
But hold on there. Blake Griffin is not even playing. He's been benched for the last 4 or 3 games. So it's even more load on Kevin Durant and Aldridge right now. So I'm trying to find out what the heck is going on with what Steve Nash is doing. Hey, same with Campbell Walker from New York. He's been benched too. Um,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, it's your boy King English Glass, the host with the most, the man with the platinum Yawa, and my guy.
yo, it's your boy Vinci. And listen, ego never accepts the truth. Think about that for a second.
Of course. Also, yo, before we really get out of here, shouts out to my guy Sly. He should be back with us on Monday. And Coach Jab should be returning for short episodes here and there. He's been super busy with coaching, but
Chasing them
then again,
trophies, boy.
trying to chase them trophies. This year, he said
Yeah.
was very nerve wracking. You know, he had to fix some things. But yeah, anyways, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Comment, comment. Let us know what you think, what we dealing with here, man. Trust me, it always works for us. It'll work for you. All right? Bless.